Hello everyone! Going live really randomly. I thought I was going to make my dinner first, but I was like, no, I want to come on here. I want to get this out. I want to talk, and then I'll make my dinner and kind of slow down, take my time. I'm making cucumber noodles tonight, so very similar to what I made last week, a cucumber noodle dish. I'm gonna make like a, I think it's a gingery type sesame sauce with it, so it should be good. But I wanted to come on here and kind of talk about what happened to me over the last week. I never get sick, you guys, never, ever get sick. I never get the flu, but whenever I do get sick, it's always like stomach issues. So I just dealt with a big stomach issue and I wanted to talk about it because I go about when I get sick a lot differently than most people. I don't just jump to the doctor. I don't just say, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my body? You know, my body knows. And I asked my body what was wrong. And a lot of people don't talk to their body. And a lot of people don't ask their body what was wrong. So that's what's really interesting. So let's get into that real quick. So about this time last week, actually last Wednesday, I came on here, I did a live, I made my durian smoothie with you guys, and ever since I drank that smoothie, my stomach kind of felt weird. I remember going to yoga that Wednesday night and I had gas, and that's not normal for me at all. So little warning right here, we're going to be talking about bowel movements and gas. So if you don't want to listen to that, this might not be the right live for you, but I am so open about this kind of stuff because it's very natural. It's very normal. We should be talking about bowel movements. We should be talking about this stuff. So that's why I don't even care. Hey Jay, hey Tim, hey Lisa, thanks for joining. All right, so Wednesday, I go to yoga. I'm just not really feeling very good. I go into work on last Thursday and I just felt awful. I was like, I don't feel good. And I remember I did a live and I was like, I felt awful. And I ended up getting my period that day. And I don't ever have any pain around it, during it, before it, nothing. I have no sort of issues. I don't even know when I have my period, and that's not normal for most women at all. I don't have any sort of PMS, nothing. But I had cramps, and it was kind of like my stomach was hurting, so I didn't really know if the issues I was having had something to do with my period or really had something to do with, okay, there's something going on with my stomach, And so I had no idea. And I don't use tampons, I use a cup. So it's just pressure down there, And so I was like, I can't really tell. And I thought it had something to do with my period. And it was just so weird for me because I'm like, I never have issues. I never feel cramps. I never feel pressure. I never feel this way. And I felt a little nauseous. I didn't feel quite right. And then Friday I was off of work and I was planning on going to LA and hanging out with a friend and eating fruit. And that morning I was like, my stomach is just, it's not there. And I had a headache pretty bad. It kind of moved into my neck and I had really sore neck. I felt like I didn't sleep quite right. And I was like, what's happening? So I did an enema because whenever I have headaches, doing an enema really helps clear it out. Whenever you have a migraine or a headache, you guys try one because to clear the head, you got to clear the gut. So whenever you have gut issues, it's going to probably travel to the head. So that's why I was like, I know I'm having pressure because of this gut problem. Whatever's happening in my gut is happening and moving to my head. So the headache was and the brain fog, it was pretty bad. So I had to cancel my plans on Friday. I had to stay by the bathroom because I was just not doing well. I could tell that I wasn't fully evacuating. It just wasn't emptying. I wasn't emptying my stool at all, and I'm like, this is not normal for me at all. I'm very regular. I have bowel movements 3 to 4 times a day because I eat more than 3 meals. So if you eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you should expect to have 3 bowel movements a day, and they should be as long as your forearm, as long as your arm, not the whole arm, but the forearm. So they should be, and normally I have no problems. So I'm like, this isn't normal. Saturday, still kind of not feeling good. Sunday, I went to the beach, and I had to stay by a bathroom. So I was very, very thankful that I had a bathroom by the beach. So I was able to kind of go in there. But then Monday I went to work, just still not feeling good, almost getting worse. And so it went from stomach issues to, it was really soft stools to just diarrhea. And it was like, what is happening? And Monday I wasn't hungry. I was like, all right, no more eating whatever I want. And on the weekend I had some cooked food, I wasn't eating 100% raw. And normally when I have any sort of health issues, I would just go straight to raw food. I always go straight to raw food. But I thought this had something to do with my period. So I'm just not even thinking that this is anything other than my period. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a period. It's fine. It'll go away. But just very weird, very, very weird for me. And I remember sitting in the office on Monday and talking to my coworker. I'm like, this is weird. This isn't normal. This is weird. And I don't know what's wrong. It should be getting better, And it was getting worse. So Monday I had just diarrhea, just not good. Monday night, I woke up 3 times in the middle of the night, just cramping and pain and just going to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what the hell? I stopped my period. So I was like, okay, this is not a period thing. This is definitely something else. This is definitely something going on with the stomach. And I'm just thinking in my head, what is happening? You know, like what is this? Like it started with a food thing. It's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse. Like my stomach, it was so bad. I didn't go to work on Tuesday. I actually stayed home. I worked from home on Wednesday, so I was able to do that too. And I was like, what is happening? And in my head, when I was in the bathroom at night, like 1 a.m, I'm just like, is this a parasite? And in my head, I had that thinking. And I just did a bioenergetic test, and I did not resonate with parasites. I've done a lot of work on parasites, and I've gotten these little suckers out of my body. So I wasn't really even thinking about that. But when I was in the bathroom, I'm just like, what is happening? Like an enema didn't work. What is happening, you know? And so I'm just like, this might be a parasite. And it was just so weird to me to think that. And I had other people saying, oh no, there's a stomach virus going around. And that's a whole other topic for a whole other time. And I'm just like, I don't quite believe that's what's happening with me. So I decided to ask the pendulum. And if you guys remember, I came on here on live and I talked to you guys about how I learned how to ask the pendulum and ask my body questions. So I asked the pendulum, is what's going on with me? Is this a virus? And it said no. And then I asked the pendulum, is what's going on with me? Is this a parasite? And it said yes. And so I was like, great. But I was so happy because I was like, if this is a parasite, I know exactly what to do. I have so many bottles of herbs to take care of parasites. So many. Like it's something I've done a lot. I know how to do parasites. And this is something I'm working through a detox protocol right now. And I think I want to share a little bit more of that once I get into more of the herbs that I'm doing. But these were, I was about to start these herbs in like 2 weeks. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start right now. But this is the perfect thing that I could have taken. And I was so happy that I have 2 bottles of this on hand. And I'm so happy because this is a Parasite M. So basically it's going to get any sort of microorganisms. So any candida, any fungus, any yeast, any bacteria, any viruses, any of that kind of stuff, it'll clean it up. I use this to pull out fungus because I have a ton of fungus and a ton of sulfur in my body. So I use this a lot to just pull it out and pull it out and pull it out. And funny story with this formula, when I take a lot of this, I actually have moles fall off my body. Like I've had 4 moles fall off my body before, and I was going to just heavily dose this over the next couple of months and probably have some more moles fall off my body and just really get a lot of the fungus and the sulfur out of my body. And it's crazy too because my eyes used to be more yellow, and you're starting to see the yellow come out of my eyes because I'm pulling this stuff out of the body. But yeah, I was like, all right, if it's parasites, I know what to do. So I started taking a heavy dose of this, you guys. This bottle I started taking on Tuesday, it's halfway empty right now because I've been taking a lot, but it's been like almost 3 days. I'll take my 3rd dose in just a second. And I feel amazing. I woke up today and I was just like, heck yes, I feel so good. And yesterday, like I was still a little brain foggy, but I could tell that like, all right, my stomach's getting better. I think I know what it is. Like, I think I finally kind of figured out what this is. And it was so crazy because I was like, oh my gosh. And today, like, I feel like a new person. I feel like I got my like whole, like everything's back. Like I was walking again. I went to the gym today. Like I feel normal again. I'm so happy. But what's really crazy is that if I would have gone to the doctor, they would have put me on antibiotics. And that would have just thrown my gut into a tailspin, made things so much worse. And I'm just like, I'm so thankful that I'm not that type of person to be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? You got to just trust your body, you guys, and being able to ask your body and being really in tune with yourself and knowing, okay, this isn't normal. This is not what's normal for me. Like we know our bodies and we know what's normal for us, you know? So just being really in tune with that. But yeah, I want to talk about that. So stomach sicknesses that have to do with parasites, like reach out to me because I can definitely help you with that. You can buy Dr. Morse herbs on his websites as well. I think I get a discount for people. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me and we'll connect and I can get you in touch with some herbs. But his herbs are fantastic. I'm going to be sharing a lot more about my journey with these because I'm going to be taking about 7 to 9 different bottles starting soon to kind of work through some final detox stuff that I'm working through. But I also want to talk about just general sickness because I know fall, or I guess it's fall, it's getting colder, it's getting a lot colder outside, and when the temperatures change, people tend to get sick. Got my good water, but I don't get sick. Like I really don't get sick. The only sicknesses I really get is stomach sickness, and it's from food. I remember last August, I got insane food poisoning from something at the fruit festival, and a lot of people got food poisoning. So it's like I never really get sick. Like I don't get the flu. Like I don't think I ever had the C thing that I probably shouldn't say very on the live, but I never had that. I never got sick. You know, I never felt any of that kind of stuff. But the one thing that changed everything for me is this. Honestly, was this. I changed my water about 5 years ago. I started drinking a insanely antioxidant water, and I haven't been sick since I started drinking this water. Like honestly, at all. So this water shifted everything for me. This water is basically like just drinking a bunch of fruit or eating a bunch of fruit because it's the same water. It's that same structured H3O2 that you find in fruit. So I always tell people, I'm like, if you're not going to eat 80% fruit like I do, you need to be drinking this water. Like this is huge. But this was the number one thing for me. So when I don't get sick, but if I were to get sick, if I were to do anything, I did actually push myself into a sickness last March because I went 60 days, no alcohol, 100% raw food, and then I went to my birthday where I drank all day. I think I drank 3 bottles of champagne and I ate a ton of gluten and all this stuff. So I pushed my body into a sickness. I wouldn't say I caught anything or I had the flu, but I was sick and I literally knew what that came from because I literally pushed my body into that. But what did I do then? Like I didn't feel good. So when you get a fever, the first thing to do when you get a fever, fast. Fast, you guys. Don't reach for chicken soup. Don't reach for medicine. Don't reach for Advil. Fast. Like stop everything. Do not put anything other than water in your body. Fast for as long as you can. That's what I did. I remember I got a fever and it kind of just, it went, and it was a weird thing because it was like when you feel bad, you just kind of want to eat comfort food, you know, and like I didn't really want to do that. And I was like, okay, fast. Like don't eat anything other than water, just fast. So I fasted for almost, this was before I started water fasting. So I think I probably only fasted like 18 hours. I didn't do it that long. And then once you're at the point where you're like, you can't fast anymore, go to juice. So grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice is really good. Orange juice if you don't have grapefruit juice, but grapefruit juice actually has more compounds in it that will actually help you with any sort of issues in the body, a little bit deeper than orange juice. I remember I learned this a long time ago from my piloxing instructor. She always told us to eat grapefruits when we were feeling a little off. So I'm always like, yeah, grapefruit. So juice some fresh grapefruits and just drink grapefruit juice. So you're still not going into food yet. You're not feeling good. You're pushing through your fever. You're drinking water. You're drinking grapefruit juice. You're drinking orange juice. You're getting that hydration in. Another thing I like to do if I'm sick is take oil of oregano. It's more kind of a preventative thing. So if you're traveling, you can take the oil of oregano. I like to put 2 drops under my tongue. If I'm traveling, I'll do it like twice a day just to make sure that I'm not picking up any sort of crap, like even though I don't really quite believe in all that. But yeah, as long as you're traveling, you don't want to do that. So oil of oregano is really good to take. You can take it after the fact. Like, so if you're feeling symptoms, you can take it. And I do. So if I'm feeling bad, I start taking oil of oregano. It doesn't taste good. It's like a punch to the gut. It's not very good. I like the strong oil. I don't really take the pills. I don't know if the pills would be as potent, but I like that really potent one. So if you guys need to know which one I use, reach out to me because I think I have it in my Amazon shop. So I'll have to look that up. But yeah, so fasting, water, herbs. That's all you really do, honestly. And then if you do get hungry, fruit. Do not eat cooked food. You guys, don't eat cooked food because when you eat cooked food, it's going to take a lot of energy from your body because it takes energy for us to digest this cooked food. It takes a lot of energy to break down those proteins into amino acids to do all that work. We don't want our body to be doing all this heavy work. We want our body to be healing us. We want our body to be focusing on getting rid of the sickness that's going on in us. So don't feed yourself cooked food. And I know it's so hard, especially this past week. I was craving bread, and I don't eat bread. I haven't eaten gluten or bread in so long, and I was like, that was another little symptom that I knew. I was like, this might be a little bug in my stomach, because when you start craving the sweets and the glutens and the breads and all that kind of stuff, that could be a parasite, you know? So I was like, okay, this isn't me. This is the parasite that's actually craving this, you know? So just be careful, you guys. And it's hard because we are trained that when we get sick, you go to comfort food, you go to soups, you go to warm food. And on Ayurvedic, they're very much do not go to cold food, go to warm. I have found the opposite. For me, for my clients, for people that I work with, I have found the 100% opposite. I think that you should be eating raw food. I don't think you should be eating cooked food. Just give yourself pure electric energy because you're getting that structured H3O2 just like this water in the fruit. So you're getting so much pure energy, electric energy, and you're just giving your cells exactly what they need to kind of purge these toxins out of the body. And then also take it easy. I didn't work out the last two. I literally haven't. I just went to the gym today and I hadn't lifted weights at all since Saturday. So I took a big break. I did do yoga yesterday. I did some yoga for digestion. I did a whole hour of yoga for digestion on Gaia TV and it was great. So that I think was okay. I think that actually helped today, me feeling a little bit better. But take a rest. When you guys get sick, literally stop what you're doing and rest. And this is a big thing I see. People are like, oh, I don't have time to be sick, or oh, I have to take a pill or something. And it's like, no, you need to take time off of work. You need to rest. You need to sleep. And we don't want to do that, but we have to do that. Like, you have to do that. Your health is your wealth, you guys. It's the number one thing we have. So you need to slow down and you need to take that rest, because you take a little bit of rest for one day. Just take a day off. Just take one day off. It's not going to be that hard. If you take one day off to rest, that's one day. You're not going to take a whole week because it's just lagging and you're still sick and then you're not getting over it, you know? Like, then that's what's going to happen if you don't take the rest, because rest is so important. I think I slept 11 hours on Wednesday. So rest is huge, like huge. Resting will really, really help you. So, all right. I think that's kind of everything I really wanted to go over. Yeah. Water fasting is huge. So whenever you guys are getting sick, water fast. As soon as you get sick, just water fast as long as you can. And then move to fruit juice, and then move to fruits, and then move to vegetables if you want. You could maybe do some vegetable juices if you want to do that. Maybe a salad. Like yesterday, I finally had a salad and it felt pretty good to just get a lot of nutrients in, and chew something, because I had been really just doing juices mostly. But yeah, I feel good. I hope this helped a little bit. I don't really get that sick, so you should listen to someone that has the results that you want, that doesn't get sick, because I am one of those people that I'm not scared of sicknesses. I'm not scared of anything. Like, if someone told me, oh, actually it happens a lot. Someone tells me they have the C thing and I'm like, cool, I'll come around you. I don't care, because I'm not scared of this. Like, I trust in my body. I trust in my body's ability to heal me. I know that my body will do what it needs to do to kind of put it in a position to heal. You know, our bodies were designed to heal themselves, but we just bog them down with so much crap. And, you know, Advil or ibuprofen, or try to bust our fevers and this, and it's like, no, we gotta just push through it. You know, you gotta just let the body do what it's gonna do. It's a natural thing. Like, flus and sicknesses are a natural occurrence from our body. This is all natural. It's a good thing when you get sick. And it's interesting because I guess, like, I mean, I push the toxins out, so I do kind of get that out. But if you are someone that doesn't do any sort of detox and you never get sick, that's a problem. Like, that's kind of a problem, because where are your toxins going? Like, how are you getting toxins out? Because we live in a toxic world. You can't think that there's no way you're not getting any sort of toxins in your body. Like, you got to get these toxins out somehow. So if you never get sick and you never do any sort of detoxification where you're pushing stuff out of the body, that might be a problem. You know, you're accumulating. So what we don't eliminate, we accumulate in the body, and it just accumulates over time and slowly builds things and slowly builds inflammation. And that inflammation it could trigger into a long issues with chronic issues. So you want to not get sick. You want to put your body in a position that it's thriving and it's feeling good and it's able to overcome these things easily. You know, you give it the right things and it overcomes right away. I think when I got sick, like when I was sick in March from pushing myself into sickness, I was only sick for like 4 days. Like, this last stomach thing was almost a week, and that was the longest anything's ever taken me to get over. And it's only because I didn't think that actually I was sick. I thought it had something to do with my period. Like, honestly, like, I didn't think it was a sick thing. I thought it was cramps. But if I hadn't had my period then and this happened to me, I probably would have jumped on it a lot faster, and I wouldn't have been feeling off for 6 days. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go make my cucumber noodles because I'm really hungry, and I did my workout and I've had water. So now I'm ready for some cucumber noodles. But if you guys haven't checked out my anti-inflammatory recipe book, I have an amazing 3-day anti-inflammatory recipe book that is free. So if you guys are wanting a reset and you're just like, what is Kelly talking about with this raw food? Check it out. Like, it's a really good introduction into how I eat, how I help people with food, how I kind of change your diet a little bit to eat more living food, to eat less gluten and no oils, and kind of just get in the really good food. So check it out if you don't have it. You can comment reset below. You can send me a message and tell me you want the book. You can comment reset, just say reset. I want a reset. I want to feel better. Let's do it, because this book is awesome. So I've gotten some really good feedback from people already. They love the recipes. So if you check them out, make them, post pictures, tag me, even post them in my group. That'd be awesome. Like, post them in here. It'd be cool. So, all All right, guys, have a good night, and thank you guys all for joining. I hope you learned something, and take care of yourself when you get sick. Water fast. Don't eat. Don't eat that toxic cooked food. All right, have a good night.